this side. So I want to kind of rework all this some more. That's a good couple feet of lift on this side. So let this stuff settle. It'll settle good enough. If I have to, jack the building up later and adjust the height, because my guess is there'll be more settling as weights in the building, and the building weight is on this surface. So at some point I may have to jack it up a little bit. So we'll just check it out and see. Then I can just shim and jack. But at this point, I think I'm done with this part, and I just need to give it some time. We'll come back and start building. At least one more, maybe 2 more weeks of bad weather. So before I start doing siding on the shop, I want to wait for that weather to go bye-bye and the good weather in the dry season comes in. But I can get work done here in the meantime while I'm waiting for that to get safe to do, because I got to pull all that plastic off. I don't want to feel rushed. So I'll work on this. If I get this all done and framed up, and we're still in bad weather, I'll move over to the what I call a gazebo, pergola, whatever you want to call it. The 18 by 30 foot party area, we'll call it. That's going to be the kickback zone. That's going to be the kickback zone up there with a good view. So I think I want to get some of that done this year. I don't think I'm going to get it completely done. I got the shop is priority and the spring. This is kind of a priority too. I'd like to get all 3 of those elements of this area done. Then all I have left is the party zone, we'll call it. I got to get that done. When that's done, we're going to go up to where I just was pulling all this soil and start getting ready to build a cabin. After the cabin's in, Kwanzaa hut goes in. So as you can see, I've got a lot going on. Round. So that's as close as I could get it. So almost dead on. It's almost level. Wow. That's good to go, Sage. Let's see where we're at here. Welcome back, guys. I'm going to put in an outdoor shower today. I had one once before. I ruined it, unfortunately. I ended up freezing it. So, to start with, I want to tell you that I'll show you over here in a minute a shower area that I had from before for outdoor shower that I actually kind of took apart. I rebuilt it really quick today. There wasn't much to it, just some scrap wood to make sides on it. And I hung a shower curtain. Other than that, I've been taking a shower in my cabin. Nothing to write home about. I have to heat up water. I have a pump going from a 100-gallon tank to a shower head. Or if I don't want a cold shower, I have the pump just drop a line into a hot 5-gallon bucket of water and pump that. That's all I've been doing. This will be nice. I'm going to actually have a propane on-demand CAMPLUX shower. It's an outdoor shower, so it has to be put in outdoors. They have a new AY132 bracket for their outdoor showers. And I will show you the shower later, I promise. Right now, we're going to hang this bracket. So it comes with the attaching hardware. So it's got, looks like 8 screws in there approximately. 6 screws probably, because I see 2, 4, 6 screw holes there. So that's your CAMPLUX bracket for the on-demand heater that you can get from them. And you can see it's got hooks here, I imagine, so you can hang it. And there must be screw holes in the water heater to where you can do this. Nice thing about this is it's a quick release. You can set it up if you're off grid, like I'm doing, and I have freezing nights right now. I mean, it's probably 36 degrees right now here, so it's cold. So I wouldn't want to leave it outside right now. What I would do is probably hang it on here, use it, then go back inside with it. That way I don't freeze it. That's what I did to the last one. I froze the pipes. I didn't worry about using it anymore, getting another one, because I wanted to put one inside. And I still do. I have purchased one for inside. I just will have to get to it a little later. We're going to do this one first. And then we'll get to the one inside the cabin and replace just the cold water one. Nice thing is, you take a cold shower, it wakes you up. Alrighty, guys. Let's go over here and take a look at this, and we'll see how I'm going to set this up, okay? Alright, so you can see I just slapped on wood that I shaved off of logs, and this is just scrap wood too. And I just took a piece of pipe, drilled a hole through, ran it through, and I got a decent curtain to put up. And as far as height for the side walls, I think that's good enough. You know, I mean, if I was a woman, I'd probably want it a little higher, obviously. All right, so I made slats for the floor down there. You can see the slats for the floor there. So just on a pallet is all. And then in here, I do have a little bit of a roof there. So if it's raining outside, it'll keep, in the summertime, if I happen to leave it out here, it'll keep it fairly dry. I may put a piece of corrugated metal up here later. And this is all very temporary, because like the week after next, I'm probably going to start building that utility room. See something here. CAMPLUX AY132 model in white, 1.32 gallons per minute, 34,000 BTU liquid propane. And this is the AY132 model, as I said, that came with that bracket. So it's a 5-liter tankless gas water heater from CAMPLUX. All right, so what you get here, there's your bracket for your shower head. That'll come with it. And that's your hot water to shower head. And of course, mounting screws. And then there's more of them. And I believe this has high and low and off. So it's 3 positions. Oh, yeah, on and off is right here. It's 3 different flow positions on it. So we'll get that all hooked up later. And so here's your owner's manual right here that it comes with. Yeah, it's a nice looking unit. It came with some of these pieces. I've added some of them so that I can put pecs on it. So it did not come with this piece right here, but it came with this other stuff here. So you'll have to get, if you're going to use pecs, like I'm using 1/2 inch pecs, pecs B, and I'll explain a little bit about that later. And that's what I'm going to hook up to it. Of course, your shower head goes to the red right here. Then you've got your gas output for the heat, and you got your water volume right here, which is nice. Some of the older ones had it all on one knob. I really didn't like that. And these right here, I believe, will give you the visual of the flame, so you'll know that it's ignited. So, and it already comes hooked up with this. So you've got your regulator valve, and then there's where your batteries go, which I still got to put batteries in it, of course. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this CAMPLUX up. They got slots right here. There's 2 tangs for it to hang on. And then I can screw into the bottom here, I believe. Let's go ahead and put it up there. It's all temporary, so I'm not going to get really tricky with it. And you've got these 2 little guys here, and they will just keep it from slipping out. All right, solid. And I'm just going to drop the propane tank onto the other side of the wall over here. All right, so this should just quick connect into here. That's already on there, so that should be snug. Okay. So you got a seal here. That'll go flat into here. And that came with it. So it's just a matter of snugging this up to this. Oh. That should be good right there. Okay, so I've got the batteries in here. Let's go ahead and fire this up. See how it works. So as you see, I put a power switch here. I've got the CAMPLUX pump right here. I've got this turned to minimum on both sides for now. Of course, modified things here. So I've got a valve, I've got a one-way valve here. Just thought I would do it. I had it, so I did it. So that's all hooked up. That's why you don't see a quick connect here, but you could just do the quick connect for your water and you'll be fine. Behind here, I've got the battery in a dry environment. And off to the side, I've got my water source. So for now, we'll go ahead and fire this up, but I'm going to take and put you over to the water tank. I'm going to put the water into the tank and we'll turn it up and get it hot. Okay, being off grid, I don't like to waste water. And since I'm just doing a test, I'm going to put it right back in the tank it's coming out of. So we'll go ahead and turn the power on. Let's turn on some gas. And water. It just lit up. I put the gas to the middle. And it's already getting warm. Oh, this is nice. So there's 3 settings. There's setting 2. And there's setting 3, depending on what you want. And right in the middle, oh, that's plenty hot. In fact, that's probably too hot for me. I'd probably be the guy that would turn this down about to where it's about a quarter. Give it a few minutes here. To where it's about a quarter turn. It's about perfect for me. It's gonna make a beautiful shower tonight. Instead of heating water up, putting it in a pan, it's gonna be nice to run this. So now there's a button on here. I can just shut it off and then I can turn the power off. Another thing I am gonna do when I leave this time of year is I'm gonna take the battery cover and turn that off. And then before you walk away, make sure you're turning off your propane. It's not advisable to leave that propane on. So I'll just reach over here, other side of the wall, shut that down. Looks like a hot shower tonight. You know, you gotta have that once a year anyway, right? Yeah, it cracked me up. So this thing's full. So I'm not a stranger to CAMPLUX. I already know they have really nice products. They did provide this for me. They are sponsoring the channel this week. So I really appreciate CAMPLUX. Thank you so much for doing that for me. This was something really nice to have. This is temporary. When I get the utility building done, I will build a really nice outdoor shower area on that. And I do have an indoor CAMPLUX unit that I'm going to put inside the cabin. So I do have it. When this gets moved over, I can have the shower in there, and over there off of the shop, I can have right off the shop a shower there for any visitors. I'm going to build an additional room off the shop so that there's an actual bedroom that somebody could sleep in. I actually might make a log bed. I'm contemplating doing that, so that may be on a video coming up in the future. Not too near future, but in the future anyways. Probably not this year. I've got way too much going on. But I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry I didn't show you putting this together, but there was really nothing to it. The roof part of it was already here. This is already an outdoor shower area. Really, the only thing I did was put 4 corners up and put some boards on. That's all I did. Nothing to it. Well, of course, the pallet was already down here. I just added strips to it to make it a little more nice to stand on. That's all. All right, one more thing I wanted to talk about is right under here, there's a way to drain this. If you want to drain it, of course I don't really need to this time of year now. Now I shouldn't hit any, hopefully any freezing weather. If there's any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to answer them for you. And I will leave links to this unit so that you, and the water pump kit, so that if you're interested in this, I will have some discount links for you from CAMPLUX that is sponsoring this channel this week. I guess it's time to get back to work. ears and legs out of the way, and arms. This is dangerous. The reason it's rolling back is because of this bow right here. I'm right on it. Now if I could just get that to stay. I think I can. This is where we're at. 9.5. Not bad. Not going to have to raise it up more than about 3/4 of an inch. Nine and a half is where I want to be. We're just under it. So just a 1/16 of an inch. So it got wedged in there and I couldn't get it out. I should have used a pry bar, but do it now. Hopefully I didn't bend the blade. The blade is dull. It was doing a wave thing, so. But I could resharpen it if I didn't ruin it. That's what I get. Blades, unfortunately. I was trying to avoid it and get some work done, but I'm at a point that this is not going to happen unless I sharpen blades. There had been out, but it was warmer. That's changing again. Now I need to build a storage building for my garbage that I can keep animals out of it, and then I can throw the stuff away, because right now I got a bunch of the garbage from in here that has to do with food boxes and stuff like that, and it's in the bed of my truck building up, and I'm hauling it around all the time. Obviously there's weight and it takes up space. If I've got to get something and put it in the bed, I got to empty the truck and then come back and fill it back up with that stuff to keep animals out of it. I've had my neighbor's dogs have come up a few times and gotten into the bags. My dogs have gotten into the bags. You can't beat them. You know, you got to just hide anything that has food smell on it. Oh, I got it stuck in the tree again. How the heck do I get that stuff stuck in the tree for you, Sage? Uh-huh. I got it. I got it right here. There you go. Yeah, see how steep that is? I don't think there's any way I could get that up. Now, with the combination of the tractor and cable pulling, maybe I can keep it moving up, but it's so steep here. I don't know. It's a tough call. Suppose I can try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, I got to get it hooked to this guy if I can. There we go. So it'll end on that one. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Shot. Square that up. No. That's not going to work. See if I can take some weight off of it. Stretched out like a rubber band. I'm not going to climb over it. As long as everything holds together, I'll be okay. I don't like doing logs like this. I would do it on this side if I could. That's working out good. Now it's straight. Definitely can't lift it. I got to get the forks in more. Oh, that's part of the problem. Maybe if I back up a little. All right, so I thought I would sharpen up some blades here. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use the tooth setter while I'm sharpening blades. So we'll go ahead and get these guys set up really quick. I'm going to put this blade over there. I'll put another one on here while I'm sharpening. I put this setter together yesterday, course, I didn't do it on camera. But I tested sharpening. What do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 blades I tested it on. This gauge, I've had this 5 years, so it's no longer under warranty. This gauge sticks right out of the box. So I just called them this morning, and it looks like it's about 90 bucks for a new gauge, which sucks. I can't really afford it right now. So I just have to hit the reset button each time. I'll just deal with it for now. I may just deal with it, period, because I don't know that I want to spend 90 bucks on it. And just deal with the inconvenience. I tried lubing the shaft, putting it in here. It didn't make any difference. The thing just sticks when it's in here on this one every time. So I don't know what the deal is with that. All right. So what I do is I find the weld mark on this, just so you know, and I mark it on both sides with a black line so I know where to start. And I start there. And I'll do the same with this other one here. You don't really want to use rusty blades, but I really just don't have a good place to store them yet. Eventually they'll store in here on the wall. I got to use up all these old blades until they're no good and get rid of them anyway. So let's see here. There we go. That looks pretty good. I want it to be a little lighter. But I guess that's about the best I can do. All right, that one's gone. Just hit the weld mark on that one. I haven't tried one of the blades that I've used on that, put on this, so we'll see how that works out. All right, I think I got some blades sharpened, and I'm going to use one of my sharpened blades right now, see how it cuts. So that was my first cut using a sharpened blade and the tooth setter, and it cut through it like butter. It was a huge difference. This is a big piece of wood here. So I'm going to have to stop one of these days and clean up all of this, but I plan to build a wood storage shed. This is all firewood to me. I don't like the idea of just wasting it and cutting down more trees when I got all this. An old 5-pound lead hammer that I used to use on my spinners on my old race cars. That should work. Uh-oh. I was thinking I needed 2 of these. Let's see. I always fear it's going to come loose. I hope I'm not right. It's nice. Still about an inch away. It's quite a bit, really. You know, this is blued. It's all blued. I don't know if I can flip this so you can see. It's going to be a good looking log. It's really too bad I'm using it for what I'm using it for. But it's all blued. That'd be a great looking, any of the ones that I cut and let sit around. That's how I get this look. Just leaving them out for a couple years. They get this, you know, on the interior, they get this gray blue look to them. I don't have enough of that stuff laying around, I don't think, to make the floor like that. That would be cool. Or even the interior walls. That would be nice looking on the interior walls. And then just clear them. I don't even usually do anything with the interior. It's just the exterior. Which is what I did with this cabin over here. It's also blued. But I put a clear on it. It did kind of give it more of a... It's pine though. This is fir. But it did give it kind of a more of a reddish, yellowish look, I guess you'd call it. So it changed the color, and then the gray blue kind of went away, but it's still streaking in there. It looks good. It looks nice. It'd be better for the interior, leaving it raw. Now to figure out where I'm going to put this, because this is huge. More firewood. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I need to get it hooked up real quick. Just amazed at how well that thing's cutting now. Because I've sharpened before, but I never used the tooth setter, and man, that makes a difference. Huge difference. That's what I get for procrastinating. It's a bummer that thing came off the cross bunker. I might be able to move it. I'm going to flip it around first. Let me get some tension here on it. Then I'll see if I can't flip it, and once it's flipped, maybe I'll move it with the tractor onto the cross bunker. Maybe it'll be light enough I can lift it and move it over. I think I can. The tractor's the small version, so that's where the hard part is. But it does the job. It works. It's dull. Part of the problem with that too is the fact that even though it was really sharp, it feels like it went dull pretty fast. Yeah, it's a little bit wonky. Part of that reason too is the fact that I ran out of water, didn't catch it. But I'll go ahead and pull this one out of the way. I'll set this one down and we'll start cutting it a little bit with a different blade. Wow. One of my log dogs. Shoot. The pin got messed up. Bad. Huh. Have no idea how that happened.